ABC 22 News at 6.
Thanks for being here this midweek. I'm Lauren Maloney. First at 6, a St. Albans man is getting a check from Vermont State Police. He says his rights were unfairly violated when he was charged with a crime for giving a trooper the middle finger 6 years ago. The ACLU was also involved here. ABC 22's Malachi Flynn talked with lawyers who fought for this settlement. Malachi is now live in the newsroom.
Well, Lauren, the man who sued the state police for violating his First Amendment rights during an arrest received a hefty settlement that will cover his legal fees and then some. His attorneys say the settlement is not just a win for him, but a win for police accountability in general. Gregory Bombard of St. Albans was awarded $175,000 from a suit filed against the Vermont State Police in 2021. Bombard was arrested by Trooper Jay Riggin in February 2018 for disorderly conduct. He was accused of giving the trooper the finger. The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression and the American Civil Liberties Union say Riggin violated Bombard's First Amendment rights, which makes his victory in court impactful for all.
Now that's disorderly conduct 101. That first thing may have been an error, but after that, it certainly wasn't. But now I'm wondering if maybe you actually did do that as I thought you originally did.
This case is an example of Vermont State Police really trampling on a person's First Amendment rights.
If you try to stamp down on people's right to speak, right to protest, that there will be serious consequences, and that's important for all of us.
ACLU staff attorney Hillary Rich says cases like this are common in Vermont. She says the state has an overwhelming amount of over-policing during routine traffic stops, something she hopes this case will bring attention to.
This case isn't an outlier. We know that Vermont drivers are pulled over and over-policed at rates that are really disproportionate with the national average. So we hope that the Vermont State Police and lawmakers take this as an opportunity to revisit police practices and train their officers.
Rich and Jay Diaz also say the lawsuit led to the discovery that Vermont state troopers are not trained to recognize people's First Amendment rights, with no definitive First Amendment policy. They hope the settlement will serve as a wake-up call to the state police to implement free speech standards and training for troopers.
The Vermont State Police does not have a general First Amendment training or general First Amendment policy, so troopers are not fully aware, so it's no surprise that this happened.
Our hope from this case is that this forces a reckoning that our constitutional rights are broader than what's currently in Vermont policy.
Rich says Bombard wants his privacy right now, but he responded to the settlement with a statement saying, quote, "With this settlement, I hope the Vermont State Police will train its troopers to avoid silencing criticism or making baseless car stops, and at least now I can pay my criminal attorney for defending me from bogus charges and take my 88-year-old mother out for a nice dinner." Trooper Riggin, who made the arrest, retired from the force this past May, and the Vermont State Police had no further comment on the settlement. Live in the newsroom, Malachi Flynn, ABC 22 News.